has to be accessible to everyone, not just the tzaddik. And if you say that only a tzaddik could experience truth, true love to Hashem, and a Beinoni, his love is not true because it's not always, you're excluding the truth of God from applying to the life of a Beinoni, to the life of a regular, ordinary human being. And that's also untrue. So as much as true has to be eternal, and if we're talking about absolute truth, it's true that the tzaddik is living the absolute truth, but to say that the Beinoni is living in illusions is also not true, because truth has to this beam, this rod, has to be able to go through every beam of the Mishkan. Every beam represents every type of Jew in every situation, and he hasn't access to truth. It's true that he won't have complete access. The truth won't. It's not everlasting because he's not yet in that situation. But when he is experiencing that feeling of truth, it's true. And that's the truth of relative truth. Because if truth is not relative, if truth is a privilege only of the greatest, then there's something wrong with this truth. Hashem is so great that he could be accessible to people that are low also. The truth is, even a tzaddik cannot really access the absolute, ultimate truth, because no one could really tap into God's truth. So truth is called a nachla bli mitzarim, a heritage without any boundaries. It applies to every person, no matter how high he is, no matter how low he is, he has an access. And where do we see that this truth is also really true, if it goes away? The fact is that if any moment that I want, I could get myself back into that mode. If Benny wakes up, in the morning he prays, and then he goes to work, and then he decides, I need some support. I need to feel some excitement. So he goes ahead and he starts the meditation that brought him to that love of Hashem. The fact that I could do it every morning, again, means that it's true. Because if it wasn't true, if it was something that came as a lightning bolt from out of who knows where, it wasn't up to me, I wouldn't be able to wake it up. The fact that I could stoke this love to Hashem that's within me in any given moment, or at least every morning. Sometimes in the end of the day it's harder, but it's not something that's beyond my control. I could decide when to love Hashem, when to feel that love. It means that there's something of it stays. A tzaddik is, let's take an example of a bonfire. A tzaddik, the fire is burning the whole day. A Beinoni, he always has the embers, and since he has the embers and he could fan them into a flame, although it's true that it's not as true as the tzaddik who feels the burning love every moment. But the Beinoni has that ability to stoke that flame, to bring it up, to wake up that love. So that means that his love is true, and it represents the relativity of the truth. That the truth could apply to every person on every level, no matter where he's holding.
Like this paragraph.
Now, just the last point that Alter Rebbe says is that the lowest level. There's an expression in Chazal, in Moreh Chagiga, that says that the different levels of angels. It says that the lower level is as big as the feet of the higher level. So for a Beinoni is total truth, for a tzaddik is just his feet. That's all it reaches, the size of a tzaddik's lower level. But the concept is there in every situation, in every step of the way. A person has access to the truth of Hashem. You could really feel a real love to Hashem no matter where he's holding on his journey, as long as he's in the journey. Someone's a Rosh, he's not in the journey, he doesn't feel love. He's wondering why he can't awaken love. It's because he's loving other things. If someone is in that journey, that he's doing what he needs to be doing, so he has constant access to the truth. He could always wake it up. And it's not absolute truth, but it's truth for his level. For his level, it's absolute truth.
Oh, just that this idea is said nicely on page 200. That the English right in the middle paragraph.
Can I read it out?
Okay. So it says, the quality of truth is to be found on every level. That's what we're saying here, right? In each level, truth means the essence and core of that level. Truth is defined as that which agrees with the essence of that particular level where it is measured. So that's what he's saying over here. Things are true if they agree with the essence of their own level, and untrue if they do not. That's really interesting. That means that every person, what's that? What's that? That every person, everyone's obviously on their own level. Everyone is come from a different place, they have a different experience of life, they see things the way they see things, and everyone exists in their level. And what's true for one, it really is relevant. Is relative just to them. They have to. It's whether what they're doing or thinking or saying is in agreement with their essence, where they are. That's what it's saying here. It's very interesting.
You know, we look at two people, and we judge by their external deeds. One of them is keeping Shabbos. He just doesn't drive on Shabbos, but he puts on the light on Shabbos. You have another person who, but this person started out with nothing. So he may be achieving less where he's holding. You take someone else who started out with much more and he's just taking things off. So he might, if you look at the objective situation, this person is doing more mitzvahs than this person. But if you're looking at the truth, he's heading up, this guy's heading down. So this person who's doing less is really holding in a more truer place.
He's really doing more.
The other, and he's accomplishing. He's not doing more. He's doing less, but what he's doing is worth much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea of truth is definitely about being honest to yourself, to where you're holding.
Mm-hmm.
And if for me to love Hashem means to love Hashem for an hour a day, even though for the tzaddik to love Hashem for an hour a day would be a failure, to me it's a great accomplishment. This is my truth. This is what I could live up to now. This is where Hashem is expressing His essence into my essence, and this is where I could reach Him. And the fact is that if it wasn't true, it wouldn't be up to me. The fact that I could stoke it up means that it's in my hands, and I do have constant access. It's never cut off from me. Not at least potentially. That's why every Jew is really connected to the truth, which is not make the mistake to apply this concept of relative truth to what's called in America pluralism. There's no we're talking about how a Jew is supposed to behave. There's no pluralism. There's no Reform Judaism is right, and Conservative Judaism is right, and Orthodox is right, and I don't know. It's just there's one truth, which is God's will as it's written in the Torah and expressed in the Shulchan Aruch. But about the personal experience, that's where we could bring the concept of relative truth. Because when it comes to deeds, everyone is equal. The biggest tzaddik, the simple person, has to do the same deeds. When it comes to feeling, here we could be a little more free to say that there's relative truth. But deeds, it doesn't matter. Tefillin have to be the same kosher for the biggest tzaddik and for the simplest Jew. Alright, to be continued. See you all next week. Same time, same place.
Of course.
Hopefully we'll be in Yerushalayim with Mashiach.
Good one.
It'll still be same time, same place.
All good one.
The whole